Hello, everyone. This is Waldorf,
And this is Statler.
and now we're here with another battle report. This time, number 38.
Orcs and Goblins versus Dread Elves.
Yep, at Za Hobbies.
How does our hobbies?
I don't think there's a single misspelling on that. I'm proud of myself.
The
How did I manage that?
night's still young.
Okay, look at this.
Yeah. We'd lay off of that before we get banned by the
Yeah.
Night Mage team.
I know. No one said anything to us about it yet,
Yet.
as far as I know.
Yeah.
Yet. All right. Well, this time I got early, rolled up some random terrain, and took a picture of it before my opponent got there.
Wow.
Look at that.
A pre-set up shot.
It is. Ooh,
I assume the table's actually 4x6 and it's just a distortion that makes it look like a big square.
it is.
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
Okay.
And this is just a couple shots of his army. As you can tell, Dread Elves. He likes these slate bases.
Yes. And his rock salt gives his models something to eat while they're fighting.
Well, I was trying to tell him that he needed to take dangerous terrain every turn because these things tripping over those things should be dangerous.
Candy's never dangerous.
He's never dangerous. All right, so here's what we've got. We're practicing. This is a practice game for the upcoming Brawlers Bash, which is a 6,000 point tournament down in North Carolina coming up in
When?
March.
March.
March 25th
End of March.
and 26th.
So a couple months away.
It's got a weird set of rules to this one. Not weird. In fact, he's got an odd scoring system in that
Weird is
there is
peculiar, not weird
peculiar.
as freaky.
There we go.
Okay.
There is no. Well, if you saw the scenarios for Grail Quest, not that weird.
Okay.
The only thing different is the scoring system. There is no 20-0. There is no 10-10 whatever wins.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing you need to do at the end of the game is record how much of the opponent's army you killed.
That you killed.
You turn that in, and at the end of the tournament, whoever has killed the most of their opponents wins.
Yeah.
So it doesn't matter at all what you lose in this thing, which is an interesting concept. And this is the 10th year he's been running this tournament.
Yeah. No, I've always liked that victory condition because I think
Yeah.
it sets things a little different.
Well, it actually, on some armies, it actually helps. Like
I think-
Orcs and Goblins.
I think a lot of armies it helps.
Orcs and Goblins, it helps us because, not necessarily this army list that I'm using, but in my old army list, I don't know if you remember way back in the 8th edition days, I liked army list with all the tons of toys.
Right.
I had 2 and 3 chariots, a couple pump wagons, a couple manglers. By the end of the game, even if I won, I had lost so much stuff in this
Right.
little teeny stuff that, it ends up being a tiny win or whatever. So, anyway, just makes for a different game system, I think.
No, I think it definitely makes for a different game.
Yep.
I actually think that would be kind of a neat. I mean, they're not going to do that with Ninth Age, but a neat thing for them to do with Ninth Age is
As an optional scoring system.
yeah,
type
rethink
thing.
some of the scoring options.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think, like I said, I agree that I don't think they'll do it, but it's definitely it would definitely distance them from the what is it called, the spiritual predecessor
Yes.
to this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So anyway, looking down at his list, up there in the top left, you can see there are a dozen.
Since we're looking at
Things.
pictures and not a list, I assume that means you
There
don't
is no
actually have
list
his
for this
list.
list.
Okay.
No. So that's a dozen of the.
He's a lawyer. He probably didn't want to give it to us for IP infringement.
No, he gave me this. He was referencing this piece of paper with handwritten scrawls on it.
Exactly.
So I have no idea what this was.
The-
At the end of the game, he told me I got 10 points.
yeah.
So,
Sounds about right.
so then he's got a unit of, besides the crossbowman, he's got a unit of the mounted cav are.
Yep.
He's got 2 units, a small unit of I think it's 5, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
It's 5 there.
and then another unit of 10.
Yeah.
In the unit of 10, he
So
has
what are they
his
called now? Raptor Riders? I'm trying to
Raptor
remember.
Riders,
Yeah.
I believe. In the unit 10, in the front right corner, the right corner to us, looking at this, that
Mhm.
is his BSB.
Okay.
Then he's got 2 of the Dread Reapers, I think.
But they don't have any crew, and one doesn't have a base.
They don't, but they are magical because elves are magical.
They're magical.
They don't need them to shoot.
They're magical bolt throwers.
Correct.
Okay. And the other one's so magical doesn't need the base?
That is correct.
Okay.
And moving on down, there is a unit of spearmen with the cauldron, whatever that's called now.
Oh, he's got it with the spearmen.
Yes,
Okay.
he's got it with the unit of spearmen. It's the thing now is a big buff wagon.
Yeah. Yeah. it is.
And more so than a combat thingy,
Right.
so he leaves it there. Moving on, that's a unit of halberd guys there to their right, with the general of his army in that unit.
Okay.
And the general of his army is the prince guy or whatever he is,
Okay.
lord commander, whatever they call him now.
Mm-hmm.
And he has of course, the special thing that on the first round of combat he does D3 wounds. He's an elf, so he re-rolls anything he wants to. Anyway, beside this was a proxied model. This is something he's adding to his list for this tournament. I think he's testing it out at least. He's using this Cold One chariot Raptor chariot as the one with the horses and a harpoon on it.
Oh, okay.
So he's going to try that out.
I don't remember what it's called, but I know what it is. But yeah.
Unit of harpies to the right of them.
Mm-hmm.
There is a big unit of what are they? The frenzied elves.
Yeah, witches.
The
I
old
don't know
witch
what they're
elves,
called,
witches. They are, I believe, they're 6 wide and 4 deep in that unit.
Yeah. Looks like it's 6 wide. Yeah.
And then another unit that's I think 7 wide with with 4 or 5 behind it.
Mm-hmm.
A small unit. Just to the right of them is a Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
And on the far right, there are 2 units of the Warlocks.
Okay.
Now, he did not do the upgrade to give them magic.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm.
No, he just uses them because he likes them
Mm-hmm.
as decent hitting cav, strength 4 cav with a lot of
Yeah.
attacks. Poison and a 4-up ward save makes them fairly durable.
Yeah.
One thing that's kind of hard to notice, behind the harpies, there is another of the Dread Reaper bows.
Okay, so he's got a third one.
So there's the third one.
So he hasn't. He's not. It's interesting. He's going to brawlers. He's not taking any monsters.
Oops. And he does not have any monsters. No, not yet. The Medusa's a monster, right?
That's right. Yeah, I mean, not monster light, but I mean, like a Hydra or the
Right.
what's the other one? With the high strength.
Kraken thing.
Kraken, yeah.
Yep. So this is after scouting in Vanguard. You can see my army on the far left. You can see the wrecking team.
Mm-hmm.
There is another one to the left of that.
He has
There's
a
two-
friend.
He has a friend to his
Okay.
left.
He's camera shy. Didn't want.
He's
to get a
camera
shot.
shy.
Yeah.
There's a unit of common boar boys on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
Full command. Behind them is a bolt thrower.
Yeah.
Skewerer. Down here, the next unit is a unit of 10 Ed Bashers. Common Ed Bashers with lances and shield.
Okay.
New bunker and the General Orc BSB in that unit.
Mm-hmm.
Orc BSB has the Beastbane Halberd.
Okay.
Still playing around with that build. I'm not thrilled with it yet. Unit of 35 and a unit of 36 common goblins with bows, shields, and light armor. Two what are they called? Not get launchers.
Splatters.
Splatterers back in my list. So, bringing artillery back temporarily. A pair of gargantulas. There's your friend down there, the wyvern with the feral orc on it.
And what does he have?
With the axe of the orc-apocalypse.
But of course.
And the glittering cuirass.
Mm-hmm.
There's to the right of them. I don't think there's a good. I wonder if there's a good picture of that. No, I guess not. To the right of them is a unit of 10 wolf riders,
Mm-hmm.
and there's another unit of boar boys to the right of that. Wow, that was
Regular boar boys.
regular common
another
boar
6?
boys.
Okay.
Just 6 more, just like the guys on the hill.
Are you
full
giving them
command.
command or?
Yes,
anything?
full command and on all the boar boys.
Okay. And your BSB with the Beastbane. What? Is there anything else?
He's got the Beastbane halberd. He's got, well, in this game he's got the Crown of Scorn.
Okay.
But I'm getting rid of that.
Yeah, because
And where are they? Yeah, he's kind of light.
what's his armor save then? So he's
Not good.
Yeah, because he is your BSB. It would seem so.
He needs an armor save. I learned that lesson quickly.
Yeah, need something.
He's like a 4-up armor, which is not good.
Especially you need your BSB
Correct.
for your army.
He does. I do. That was bad.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, to the far right behind those boar boys that I mentioned that are off the picture, there are two cave goblin cave goblin chiefs on giant cave gnashers.
Okay. I was wondering what those were.
Yeah, they're not going anywhere. There's another tournament coming up in north of Baltimore at the end of February, February 25th. That's doing 4,500.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be really tough to pare down to 4,500 after playing, 5,000 for all the time and now going up to 6. And
Yeah.
anyway,
I actually like the 4,500 cut that they did.
I wish the Mid Atlantic would adopt it, but
Yeah.
it doesn't look like they're going to.
That's too bad. 'Cause, I mean, I think it makes you make decisions.
Yep.
And otherwise, you just fit all kinds of stuff in.
A lot of people don't like making hard decisions
Yeah, they
like
want to
that
have
in their army
everything.
lists.
Yeah, that's true.
So, anyway, moving on. This is kind of what is going on. The chariot up on the top right.
Sorry,
You can
so we saw the board, but so we
There you
have 2 woods,
I'm
2
sorry.
hills, a
2 woods, 2
building,
hills, a building, and a wall.
and a wall. Okay.
And a wall. I moved up here because I figured, not much going on. I didn't
Sure.
think he would charge me, but he did.
Mm.
The chariot on the top right is charged the 1 unit of spider riders,
Mm-hmm.
and I elected to flee. You can see them pop through both units and ended up back here,
Right.
which is fine. The raptor riders up in the top left charge the flank of the spider riders,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm okay with that. He needs an 11 to get in on me,
Right.
and then I looked at it closely, and it's an 11 overrun into the goblins.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm not that worried about that.
And you wouldn't mind them sitting out there by themselves.
And I would really like for him to sit out there by himself.
Mm-hmm.
That would be very nice of him. So you can see he's moving the failed charge up there on that.
You might lose one to a wall.
And he runs this, and he loses 1 to the wall.
There you go.
But he did get in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the way he came in, he only hit 2 on the wall anyway.
Right.
Because he came straight down, turned, and went
Mhm.
right along
Yeah, I
the
figured
wall.
it'd only be 1 or 2. Yeah.
So, the rest of his army moves up. Now that he's done that. And over on this side, he kind of stays put where he was. Wasn't that anxious to come forward. There's a lot of nasty stuff in front of him over on this side of
His
the board.
guys are just arachnophobic.
Apparently so.
Or arachnaroctrophobic.
These guys came up a little bit and fired away and put a wound on the wrecking team.
Yep.
And of course, as you can see, he's crushed my spider riders, made his 2 checks on the dangerous terrain to get off the wall,
And
rolled an
proceed,
11, and made his dangerous terrain checks here to get into these guys.
Okay.
So, wasn't really looking for that. I was really hoping to be able to shoot him up for a few turns in a row with, 70 some shots a turn.
Yeah.
But wasn't to be. I guess I should have fled. It's easy to say that now, huh? Back to my turn. Both the manglers, both the wrecking teams come up on the side. They came up too slow though,
Yeah.
and kind of blocked off the boar boys here were to the right about 4 inches,
Right.
about 3.5 inches to be exact. And I wanted to go swing in behind them and head up towards the crossbows,
Right.
but based on where they landed, the only thing I could do was just basically move straight to the right.
Yeah. It looks like your spiders
Have
rallied.
rallied and they're kind of coming around the corner.
Mm-hmm. And you
Oh.
couldn't get the other guys in there for the charge.
I could. But then that means both those units would disappear.
Yeah.
Because wherever I end up, that's easy charge range of anything up there on the top.
Mm-hmm.
So I elected to stand there and just try to shoot them up.
Yeah.
The forest they're not more than 50% in the forest, I believe.
Okay.
So they were going to be steadfast and just sit there for a while and
Mm-hmm.
chop away at each other. So over here on this side, you can see I've come up, just moving everything up. The the Gargantua on the left is positioned so he can go off to the left into the flank of that unit
Mm-hmm.
if he wants to. He probably doesn't want to because that's the general right there on the corner.
Yeah.
If something happens and he gets out that unit, I'd be glad to go over there, but not with him in there. I moved up a bunch of stuff over here. Like I said, these guys, both the Gargantuas only came up 7 because I wanted to try to shoot up stuff. Anyway, so we fire the Splatterer, managed to kill 4 of these guys. He's got the 4-up ward, I'm sorry, the 5-up ward going from the Cauldron. It gives you a 5-up ward for everything within 12, I think.
Oh, these aren't the guys. Oh, no, the other guys.
Versus,
Those are the high elves that do that, not the.
what's that?
Not the red elves.
Anyway,
Okay. Yeah.
so he's got a 5-up ward for everything that's in within 12 of this, but
Right.
I wanted to try to thin him out anyway. So I fired another one at him, killed another 2. Archers fire at him, pluck off 1.
Okay.
He doesn't have a ward save versus the archery. It's just not a good shot.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, you can see he's killed a bunch of my guys.
Yeah.
Looks like about 8, and I'm going to be sitting there, not going anywhere. So, top of turn 2. Everybody's coming. So he's charged the, he started by charging the big unit of Witch Elves into my, what are they, the Goblin Raiders,
Okay.
who were out here in the front
Right.
of this mess. So I held, he charged this unit in, so I stood and shot, because either, if I'm run from either of these, I'm heading straight off the board.
Right.
Then he charged this unit of Warlocks into him. So I took the opportunity to flee.
Mm-hmm.
So I fled and ended up here. Everything out here is immune to psychology,
Right.
so happy with this.
Except for the boars.
He manages redirect on this guy, on this unit, and is heading into the boars. These guys are heading into the boars. And
Was he trying to get you just to run off?
with these guys,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not real sure what his goal was. Because if he was trying to get me to run off, I thought he would charge with this first.
Yeah, I was just curious because I mean
And then I stand and shoot versus them.
that second
And
witch
then
elf
these
unit
guys
probably
charge me off.
would have made short work of your guys.
Any of those would.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure why. Unless he just wanted to come up and was hoping to come up, hit him, and overrun. And get the overrun off. Anyway.
Yeah. Send some units at him.
Yeah. Well, it's a very strong unit.
Yeah. It's a good lot of strength. for
I
your
might have
attacks.
somebody left after the first round.
Yeah.
Over here on this on the other goblin unit, he apparently was really irritated that I shot one of his guys. So he did this thing with the cauldron where he puts a marker on your unit,
Mm-hmm.
and everyone who starts the turn within 12 of the cauldron gets to re-roll their charge rolls
Mm-hmm.
to that target. So he did that, and then he started declaring his charge. And again, I stood and shot versus one of the ones that charged first.
Mm-hmm.
He charged a second one. I still stood there. When he finally charged the third one, I left.
Mm-hmm.
These guys redirect the halberdier unit redirected, trying to get to this corner here,
Okay.
and the cauldron redirected, trying to get to this corner.
Okay.
These guys had nowhere to redirect to. The raptor riders.
Oh, they could have gone against your guys.
Yeah, it was a really. It was either 12 or it might even been too much to get there.
There's only one little wall in the way.
And the wall in the way. So the halberdiers made it in.
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 failed, and that's where they ended up. And there he is, moving them up. Over here, both the warlock units have made it. But the other 2 units failed, the 2 units of witch elves.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay with all this. I mean, I'm going to lose that. The problem is I'm going to lose that boar unit, and they're going to overrun into my Nashers, and they're
Yep.
going to crush my Nashers, unfortunately. Because with their initiative, they're going to go first. They're going to
Right.
probably kill me all with strength 4. But I'm hoping to hold there and see what happens. Moving on, you can see the harpies have landed here in the middle of the board, just being a good spot to chaff off stuff later.
Right.
And also straight down from them, about a foot away, is the splatterer. So there you go. And these guys decide to shoot, and they drop off
Oh wow.
this guy. It's a lot of shots. Even
Yeah.
needing
Well,
sixes to hit, it's a lot of shots.
yeah, but there was a lot of minuses. So.
Both 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 these guys fired into the unit of boar boys
And I got one.
and managed to pick off one.
Okay.
And over here, so he's crushed my boar boys, and he's
Mhm.
overrun. And like I said, he's smashed into the Nashers with one unit. The other unit overran into the Wyvern.
Right.
To me, I'm like, this is perfect. I've got 5 attacks plus D3. I've got somewhere between 6 and 8 attacks from this guy, plus 3 from the Wyvern. I figure I'll kill him, and then I can do stuff on my turn.
What's your initiative?
Less than him.
Yeah. Okay.
But he's strength 4. I'm tough 5.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've got an armor save and a 5-up ward.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that's what's looking.
Something seems to be missing.
The goblins were smashed by both these units,
Mm-hmm.
and they failed their break check, because now we, of course, lost our ranks
Mm-hmm.
since this big unit got in.
Yep.
So we fled off the board. He repositions his raptor riders, and that's where they end up.
Okay.
So, moving on to turn 2. Bottom of turn 2, I guess.
Gotta make up for some stuff here.
Yeah, it's already looking not good.
Looking bleak.
Looking bleak already. So, the wrecking team over here on the far left needs an 11, rolls an 11, and gets through this unit,
Okay. That's helpful.
killing 3.
Not so
Actually,
helpful.
4, I think.
Yeah.
Might have killed 4. So, not as good as I was hoping,
Yeah.
but it's actually, if you look, it's in a really good spot right now as well.
It is. It's got a good probability of hitting something
Of
else.
hitting something else. And those raptor riders, to get out of where they are, they're going to have to charge over something if they
Yeah,
charge.
Yeah.
So, I
And you just backed up your boys.
backed up my boar boys to keep everything, especially this unit of halberdiers. I wanted to make sure stayed in my front.
Right.
I didn't have any good options moving forward.
Well, they're away from the cauldron now, so you can shoot them up maybe.
Yep. And over here, you can see what's going on.
You flew one over, and the other one you put on the side.
Yes. The one
Waiting for the overrun.
that flew over made its March test and was able
Okay.
to fly over. The other one did not, so it just kind of hopped over here
Okay.
and just being prepared if he makes another overrun.
And your wolves rallied.
Wolves rallied and moved slightly to get the harpies within 12 inches.
Okay.
So because I chose to flee, I can come over. And I've charged both spiders. Why is that? I didn't have charge markers down apparently. Anyway, both spiders
Our chargers.
are chargers and charged into the large unit of witch elves.
Okay.
And they both made it.
All right. They're just staggered because of the legs. I'm assuming.
Staggered because of leg issues.
Yes.
So I fire.
They're very leggy.
They're very leggy. If I fire the splatterer and do nothing,
Okay.
it's impressive.
Yeah.
But these 2 spiders go to work.
Mm-hmm.
You can see a single wound on each one.
Yeah.
And they have eaten that unit of witch elves down to 5, which
Okay.
broke and fled. On the overrun, this purple spider made it into the other.
Went into the other one. Okay. And they didn't catch him.
And they did not catch, both of them rolling did not catch the witch elves.
Okay.
They rolled a good number.
Mm.
So, over here, he's blown through these guys. They're dead. I'm getting ready to pick them up.
Okay.
And he elected to stay where he was. He just about faced on his reform. You can see the
Yeah. So I can face that other guy.
facing the other guy.
Mm-hmm.
So over here, he's put a
And-
wound. He's put a wound on me.
Yep.
As you can see,
Looks like he's
and
almost
I've
one.
killed one of him.
Looks like one guy's dead. Yeah.
We traded. I had like 7 attacks.
Yes.
He went nuts
The
rolling
problem
his.
is it's the Orpocalypse. It's not the Elf Populypse.
It's not the elf buck.
Yeah.
He went. It's the 4-up regen. He just
Yeah.
went nuts with it. I mean,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
ward save. He
Right.
just went crazy with it, and I got 1 wound through. I think I caused 6 wounds
Right.
and got 1 through.
Yeah.
Um, just terribly unfortunate. I actually lost the combat, and he beat the frenzy out of me because he charged.
Oh,
Yeah, he charged and did a wound to my wound.
that's actually helpful in a funny way.
Um, yes,
You don't have
yes,
to go, you don't have to go chasing
Actually,
after things anymore.
correct. I've got somewhat of a
Yeah.
got a little bit more control than normal.
Especially with a flying thing.
So we move on to the top of turn 3, and this is what it looks like. Rather bleak. You can see the boar boys on the far left have moved up to where they're able to charge into the crossbowmen on the top left if
Right.
opportunity presents itself. If they don't get shot up and die, I should say.
Yeah.
So the harpies decide, and my wolf riders have managed to put a wound on the harpies.
What'd your other splatterers shoot at?
What's that?
You had 2 of them. You said one of them shot at them, didn't do anything. What did the other one do?
The other one
Did it
did
miss?
nothing.
Okay.
Missed.
And the bolt thrower missed. Whatever.
And the bolt thrower missed.
Okay.
The bolt thrower is terrible. Bolt thrower is still terrible. It's not its fault. It's the whoever keeps rolling dice and not being able to roll a 4-up on it and shoot
Yeah.
stuff at short
You'd be
range.
better at that.
Somebody should be much better at that, and it would be a much better piece.
Yeah.
So they charged into the splatterer. These guys elect to go into here. He's only going to get 3 on me because I
Right.
mean, that's no matter what, he could only get 3. But
Yeah.
if I would have been smarter, I would have positioned him kind of tilted the other way, kind of the opposite tilt he was, so he's slightly this way. That way he could only get 2 on me because he couldn't be poking off the side of the board.
Right.
But I'm not smarter. So anyway, over here, the Medusa
Goes in to help out.
decided they should provide some support.
Well, she's got a lot of wounds and toughness. Oh, wait.
She's got some decent attacks.
Yes.
So there's this one. Of course,
Yeah.
he made it. Harpies make it in here. And the world has charged my
Look at that.
orc bus. And the raptors up here on the left
I've made to your bolt.
were over on the right. They charged across the front edge and clipped the side of my bolt thrower
Okay.
with the intention, of course, overrunning into the spider riders.
Yeah.
And there we go. All this looks very devastating. The chariot with that harpoon thing is turned around to launch a harpoon into the rear of my spider.
Okay.
The mangler, you can see him threatening there on the hillside, just
Yeah.
looking around. There's a picture of that, I guess.
Yeah, the same setup. Did he rally?
Who?
The 5 witch elves?
The 5 witch elves did not route. That's what. He's just moved them further back, I think.
Okay.
So over here, these guys fire. Why did I take a picture of that? Anyway, show you on that side. So the bolt thrower fires and does nothing, which is very fortunate. Between the other bolt thrower fires and kills 2.
Mm-hmm.
But they held. They did not panic.
Mm-hmm.
Proud to say.
And the archers, what did the archers do?
And the archers fired at the. I think they fired at the mangler to try to get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe it was the opposite.
Yeah.
So, in the combat round, the guy on the wyvern realized that he was supposed to fight after all and managed to kill one. One.
One?
This turn he's down to 5 to 6 hits. 5 to 7
Mm-hmm.
attacks. And I managed to kill one.
Who's only got 2 left?
What's that? Yeah, because I killed. Came in with 4. Killed one in the first round, killed one in the second round.
Oh, how to get the 4?
combat. But I ran it. I shot one early.
Oh, okay.
On the first turn of the game when I moved up, the spider shot into
Oh,
him.
I see. Okay.
Dropped 1. He
Okay.
only came into the wolf. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, I've killed 2 rounds
Two.
of combat easily. I don't know, 12 and 3. I mean, sorry, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Anyway, roughly 16 plus the beastie. Just a ton of attacks. Anyway,
How'd the other guy do?
what's the other guy?
The one that's hiding behind all of those cavalry.
Hiding behind. Oh, he's still there. until he's not.
Okay.
He killed me and then overran off the board.
And he lost 2 from that.
And he lost 2 from that. Actually did well. I was surprised. Because the 3 of them didn't manage to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys apparently don't have the ward saves of the other guys.
I see.
So these guys came in, only did 1 wound to my splatterer, and I did 1 wound back. I lost the combat and stood.
Oh, wow.
Was not so lucky up here.
Not so. Okay,
He killed it, and the spider riders that were on the other side of the hill
panicked
and fled off
Ran
the
off
board.
Okay.
So these guys just
Let's
pivot
turn
around.
And say, hey, what's going on over here?
Hey, look, there's a nice exposed flank for us for next turn. But it doesn't matter because he's completely erased my unit.
Yeah.
What was left, you can see these guys, the Raptor Riders down here in the bottom left. After they crushed me, they just followed me.
And that was your general and your battle center in there?
That was only my general and battle center bear. That
Okay.
won't be that bad, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't think that'll have a lasting effect on this game.
Yeah, you did get rid of a couple of them.
I did not, because remember the Mangler killed him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I did kill killed a few of the halberdiers.
I see.
Is who I killed.
All right, you actually killed your general?
Uh,
Or didn't do anything?
the general is the one that actually did the damage.
Okay.
General in the BSB.
Mm.
So over here, you can see my spider has won the fight
Yeah.
and munched the chase. I elected to chase, since there was only 1 witch elf left. I elected to chase the whatever it was called, the Medusa.
Right.
So I ran over here, and the witch elf fled to here. And if you notice, I don't know if you can count those, but there's 7 wounds, 7 wounds on that spider.
Yeah.
He's got 1 left.
Yeah.
It's not great shape when he's still got.
This Medusa was angry.
He still has 3 bolt throwers, 3 of the Reaper bolt throwers or whatever sitting around. Except on my turn, the Mangler, the Mangler rolls the perfect angle and gets rid of a bolt thrower.
Oh.
And to make matters even better, the one beside it here on the hill failed its panic check, and it's not shooting this turn.
Okay.
So, every once in a while something goes right.
Yeah.
These guys put 1 more wound, but that was all it took. They broke me off, and I ran or destroyed.
Right.
The rule that's actually really big now is these attacking war machines not rolling to hit.
Yeah.
Just hitting automatically.
Right.
That's a fairly big change.
Yeah, it is. You can get to them.
Yep. So over here you can see the Wyvern has flown over here to the side of the building, just keeping an eye out. My big spider, my big orange one, has backed up into the woods. The bolt thrower was out of his arc.
Ah, okay.
So he backed up into the woods where he can keep both the witch elves and the bolt thrower into his arc.
Right.
He fired a few shots into the bolt thrower and managed to put 2 wounds on it.
How does it have now? I didn't look.
4. His has 4.
Oh, that many, really?
Yes.
Oh.
Well, they used to only have 2.
Yeah.
So, but I got into the woods in case the other one starts firing at me, because I do have cover from that at least.
Right. And the other one's hiding behind the woods.
And the other one went as far away as humanly possible,
Mm-hmm.
and is hiding over there in the corner,
Yeah.
and it's got the woods between it and the bolt thrower.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of staring at the.
All of them waiting for the whatever they call the warlocks to come back on.
Yeah.
And somewhere in there, I charged the warlocks off. The other unit of 2 warlocks that was out there.
Because something's happened over here which we missed. I see warlocks on the side, and one's
Yes.
missing.
Well, the warlocks on the side haven't come back on the board yet after
Okay.
they're overrun. Where did the other 2 go?
Did the Wolf Riders charge them?
I think the Wolf Riders must have charged them, and they
Mhm.
ran off.
Okay.
We go to turn 4. The Harpies have moved on to the next splatterer,
They'd like to have some more wood and stone.
and I have a magic war machine as well. It fires without a crew.
Or a base.
I need to get this. But if you'll notice, I did locate it. I do have both splatterers now. I don't know if you remember from my last game.
Oh, yes. You were using the.
I finally found it. I still haven't found my 6th troll, but I found my splatterer.
The Azat splatter.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they go there. Everything else you can see is moved back towards the center of the board. They're coming back in. It's not like anything's going to survive this nonsense. These guys that have returned from the board
Trying to
with
get
their
around the
9-inch,
spider.
with their move, has managed to get out of one spider's arc.
Yeah.
But out of the others as well. Not that it really matters.
Yeah.
And the witch elves up on top have rallied.
Okay.
So did the single witch elf in the woods.
Isn't that special?
These were all rallying on 3s or 4s. Must be 4s, because they're both below a quarter. But they both made it.
Okay.
It happens.
Better be lucky than good.
It is. So this is kind of the way it's looking here. You can see my boar boys have made it in over here and managed to, cause 2 wounds, I think.
Yeah.
Which
Really?
This is not much. There you go. Sorry. There's the attack. And he's reformed down to 5 wide
Yeah.
to sustain his ranks for a bit longer. At least a single rank so he can stay steadfast.
Yeah.
And that's the overall look going into my turn, I
And
believe.
you just had the wyvern staring down
The wyvern
bolt
staring
thrower.
down the bolt thrower, and the harpy, the witch elves, either unit of witch elves you can go after if it wants to. I'm kind of worried about this
chariot.
chariot bolt thrower thing.
Yeah. And which way is the cauldron facing?
Cauldron is facing top right, facing the bolt thrower right now.
Okay. So
In the
you're,
top right.
so you're worried about them messing with you.
And I don't necessarily want to get hit by that.
Right.
I'm not sure that I'll lose to it, but I just don't think I'll ever get through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these guys, of course, turn to face. So my turn, bottom of 4. The Gargantula, the Gargantula, the orange Gargantula, from where he is, elects to charge into the chariot.
Well, sorry, I thought we were on your turn, so I'm confused now.
Sorry. No, it was his turn because he moved the witch elves over there.
Who's your witch elves over there?
He rallied both the witch elves.
And he just
moved
brought the other
those,
guys closer. I see. Okay.
Brought everybody else
Okay,
moved back
yeah,
in. Sorry.
Yeah.
And like I was saying, though, so the orange Gargantula is charged into the chariot
Okay.
instead because I
Oh, you can
figured
just barely see it.
because I can see it.
Yeah. Better charge it than have it charge you.
Heal, and then I'm not sure why that picture's there then. Anyway, so he elected to flee with the chariot, and it
Okay.
went through the corner of this unit, and this unit panicked and fled as well.
Okay.
That's him picking it up and moving it. So the wyvern declares into the bolt thrower.
Right.
I need to get rid of it because that's something
Yep.
that can seriously hurt, especially with that 1 wound Gargantula over there in the corner.
Yep.
And my unit of 10 goblin raiders have elected to charge 3 warlocks.
Oh, good luck with that.
Well, I saw that the guy on a wyvern in 2 rounds of combat could kill 2.
Yeah.
So why shouldn't this unit be able to kill 3?
Yeah, you got a rear, so
What's that?
you've got a rear.
Nope, they're facing me.
Oh, they're facing you.
They're facing me.
Oh, never mind. You don't have a rear.
So the wrecking team decides to make a sharp left turn and goes through
Take
the
care
other.
of the other one. Okay.
This guy is incredible today. It's almost like I was controlling him.
You probably were.
Elsewhere, you can see I have made it in there. I lost 1 chart because I had to send 2 through the woods.
Where do his wounds come from?
He's been shooting me.
Oh.
Shooting the crap out of me. And he's been shooting me mercilessly with everything he can get into him.
Oh, okay.
I needed to mark. I did not mark them as well as I can, but I think he's got 4 on him at this point.
So is that 4 or 5? Yeah.
Actually, I think it might be 5.
Mm-hmm.
So I charged in here. I did absolutely nothing. I think I killed 1. I think that's the guy tilted there. I killed him.
They didn't want to trust your bows on your spider.
No. And he killed 4 of me back.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, I was wrong. I killed none.
Yeah, I said he still got 3.
I ran. He overran to chase me and pursued into this guy.
Yeah, it seemed about right.
So that worked out to be a really good idea for me.
Yeah, not so much.
No?
Yeah.
On the bright side, they came over and fighting this, and they're not putting that final wound on my spider.
Yeah, there is that.
Not that that means anything.
Yet. They're not putting it on yet.
Yeah, thank you. Not yet. Over here, the wyvern you can see is taking care of the bolt thrower,
Okay.
and his turn to face is where he can see both witch elves, even though the one
Mhm.
in the woods definitely is not going to be there.
Did you
Oh.
try to read it when the chariot ran and he broke the other? Did you try to redirect him to the other unit, or
I tried, but leadership 6,
so you didn't make it?
yeah, is not
Yeah.
doing anything. That's one thing I really miss about having the character on these things
Mm-hmm.
is the leadership 6.
Yeah.
Redirects just are not going to happen.
Right.
Over here, I've killed another.
Oh, you guys, this is two straight. I didn't understand that.
Two what?
They're just two straight spiders. You didn't have a character on one.
No characters on either one.
Oh, well.
Yeah,
that's-
I really missed that. There's
Yeah.
4 wounds on the back, 1 on the front, so he's
Yeah.
got 5 wounds on him.
Yeah.
The characters on him are really nice, but the problem with taking that 500 point hit out of your characters to
Yeah.
put one on it now is
Yeah.
prohibitive. I would have to drop my 2 hoppers,
Or that wyvern.
or the guy on the wyvern.
Yeah.
But come on, that thing's been fun to play.
Yeah.
So over here, I've killed one of him. I think maybe I killed 2 and he killed 1. And then with these guys barreling, you can't see it, but down off the bottom of the screen, there's that unit of, I think it's 4 or 5 raptors. I think it's 4 raptors.
Mm-hmm.
I decided to get an inch further away
There you go.
by,
Yeah.
by giving these guys my flank.
Because it's gonna make a big difference.
It's an inch. See, look at that.
To that fight.
Yes, it is. So you see here, there's his beginning of the...
That way you get to fight all the elves.
Exactly. Beginning of the turn, 5. The cauldron unit does not rally,
Ah,
despite the BSB being nearby.
wow.
The chariot did. The harpies moved up here to the building, and the halberdier guys with the general continue to move through.
Right.
Raptor rider is coming around. These guys did make the charge, and they are in. It's not. I mean,
Those are some long lances.
yes. And what's he doing over here? Just moving the witch elf out of the woods.
Okay.
And you can see he's crushed my 2 boar boys. Big
Yeah,
surprise.
No surprise there.
Over here, I did manage to kill one of them,
Yes,
but
you're
he's
dead.
killed both of me. He's killed me.
So now he's turning around to deal with your spider.
So he's got 2 guys to deal with my spider. And that's what it looks like going in the bottom of turn 5.
Okay.
So right now the cauldron is still fleeing, and that's the only thing good I got going for me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, last turn I guess one thing I did not mention is last turn the wyvern
Yes.
charged the witch elves,
Okay.
the 5
The
witch
5 of them.
elves,
Yeah.
which no longer are frenzied, and they failed their terror and ran
We're off the table. Okay.
off the table. So this turn you can see the wyverns moved all the way over to the left to kind of position himself around this hill, get out of charge arc of what's important. He's out of charge arc of the chariot. The chariot does not have the range to charge anything else, so the raptors can't come and get me.
Okay. So,
The
so the
cauldron,
chariot has to shoot at you.
so the chariot can only shoot at me.
Yeah.
The cauldron is facing down, still has not rallied.
Right. So fleeing.
Um,
You turned your spider.
and I turned both my spiders around so I can put shots into these warlocks.
Bad enough of a
And
both or just one.
both
Okay.
between the 2 of them, we got 16 shots off and dropped them.
There you go.
So
All you need is one witch elf, and you're in good shape.
that's all I need. All I needed was for the wolf riders to walk up and shoot them instead of charging
Mhm.
them. It might have gone even better for me.
Mm-hmm.
Might have that unit left as well.
Probably.
So Mr. Mangler, the wrecking team went in the right direction again, but
Okay.
he was a little tired and didn't quite make
Didn't
it.
quite make the distance,
Yep.
but
So
he's not a bad spot.
it's a terrible spot. It's turn 6 coming up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's it's his turn. Yeah, it's bad. Anyway, so on his final turn, this is what it looks like, and he rallies the cauldron.
Okay.
It turns around to face up north where the
Wyvern is.
because he doesn't want that thing charging him in the flank or nothing else. The chariot is moved up so it can take a pot shot at my Gargantula in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
The witch elf has run up. I don't know where she's going, but she ran up to this point.
I thought she was there before, but okay.
Or maybe that was where she was. It's not coming out of the woods. He only puts a single wound on me.
Oh, there you go.
So I got that going for me. And that's going to be...
He's picking it up, so that's not a good sign.
It's not dead.
Oh, okay.
Why is he picking it up? Oh. Because he was moving it for me on my turn.
Ah.
On my turn, I moved forward and charged that witch elf.
Okay.
And got rid of her. I don't know why he didn't run. But the other thing that did not get a picture of is on turn 6, bottom of turn 6, the wyvern charged the chariot.
Chariot, okay.
Chariot fled, and I caught it right here.
All right.
And they made panic checks, and they all stood because the general's right there.
I was curious because down below there was the halberd unit right on the other side. I was curious how far that was from the wyvern.
The halberd unit?
Yeah, it's like right down here.
Yeah, that's a long way.
Is it a long way? It's hard
That's
to
a
tell
really
from the
long
picture.
way.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm in his deployment zone, and he's just outside of mine.
Okay, I was curious.
So, I mean,
It just looks so close.
It kind of does, but it's over 20 inches, I believe.
Yeah.
So, that's how it ended. I did keep both my...
The bell's telling us it's over.
Yeah, both the Gargantulas did survive this one. One with 1 wound, one with 5 left.
There you go.
And the Dark Elves, Dread Elves, ended up scoring 4890. The 400 is for the BSB and the General. And the Orcs got 2683.
Hey, so you were only defeated.
I was only defeated by 2200 or so.
There you go.
All right. Thank you for listening.
Till the next time.